Hello, viewers. You're welcome to another episode on how to stay psychologically healthy within this period. So, today we'll be looking at flexibility, a virtue that is needed within this period of COVID 19, a virtue that is needed to survive this situation. So, what is flexibility? Flexibility is openness to change. When one is open to change either positive or negative, either good or bad, either poverty or riches, whatever it is, when one is open to new things, to innovations, to whatever that comes around the person is flexible, is able to adapt to whatever that happens. That's flexibility. Okay, so I have two things with me here. I have a pencil and I have a band. So now, a pencil can be said to be rigid, while a band can be said to be flexible. So now, if I want to turn this band into another shape, I can use it for anything. I can turn it into whatever shape I want it to be. I can keep it in any position I want it to be. And when I release it, it comes back to what it used to be. But this, if I try to change it or turn it into another form, I can either break it or spoil it. So this being rigid cannot assume any position. It cannot change to any other form, but this can change to any other form. So now, what is change? Change is when something transforms into another form or into another situation or into a different form or process. So if we're using something like water, we say that water changes to vapor or it can change to ice. So change happens when it transforms from water to ice or to vapor. So it has changed its form and assumes another form. So bringing it back to our human life, human beings are flexible. We have the tendency to be flexible. We have the tendencies to adapt or adjust to any situation we find ourselves. We have the tendencies to cope with whatever situation we find ourselves. So human beings are dynamic. We have the ability to learn. We have the ability to adjust. We have the ability to even unlearn what we have already known. So if somebody, using a new baby that is born, a baby grows up to become an adolescent or even a child. At the stage of being a child, that baby learns new things. That baby adjusts to the home environment. When the baby grows and goes to school, that's a different environment the person has found himself. The baby adjusts. The baby learns. The baby observes that there is a change. The school is different from the home. When the baby grows to an adolescent, he goes to secondary school, he mingles more with people, there's also another change and the person adjusts to it. The same goes to when he becomes an adult, when he grows into old age, the person keeps changing. That's a positive change, okay? So if you're looking at a negative change, when adverse situations happen, maybe let me use an example, when somebody had an accident and unfortunately the person loses one of the limbs, that's an adverse change. The person has the ability to adapt to the situation, which is maybe having to be on wheelchair, having to be on bed for 1 year, 2 years, or so many years, not moving out, not walking around. Or even if somebody has a stroke or other life situations that makes the person to stay in a place or lose what the person already has. Let's say the person loses his sight, or the person loses ability to hear, and the person is deaf or dumb. Those things are changes. And an individual, a human being, has the ability to adjust to whatever those situations is, whether it's positive or negative. So bringing it down to the situation we have, the COVID-19 that we have, that has presented itself with us to us as an adverse situation, as a negative situation, we have the ability to adjust. We have the ability to change to suit that situation. Okay, so now I want to bring up this serenity prayer, which is a very wonderful prayer that has existed for a long time. This prayer says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So this prayer has summarized what we need to do when we are faced with any situation or any change, especially this COVID-19. It says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So now, it means that in every situation, there are two things you can do. First is to accept, and the second is to change, to make a change. So now, the COVID-19 that we have, that has presented us with an adverse situation, the first thing for us to do is to accept it. It has come. We don't have control over it. It's here with us. It's hurting us bad, but we have to accept it. Whatever it is that the situation is, some people it might be sickness, some people it might be financial difficulties, some people it might be family problems, some people it might be children problems. Whatever the situation is, the first thing is to accept it. And you can ask God to grant you the grace, grant you the serenity to be able to accept that. I want to bring this to our conscious, our knowledge. We have two different worlds that we live in. We have the objective world and we have the subjective world. The objective world is the world that is external to us. The world we see, the world we hear, the environment we live in, our country, Nigeria, Lagos that we are living in, or whichever environment you find yourself, your home, your husband, your wife, your business, your work, whatever you do, they are the worlds external to us. They are our objective world. This world, we have little or no control over it. You have little or no control of the fact that you're Nigerian. You have little or no control of the fact that you are married to whoever that you're married to. You have little or no control to the fact that the children you have, you can't say, I want to have this child, or I don't want the other child. So, or even the career you found yourself, the business you're doing, you have little or no control over it. Even the government we have, the religion and everything, they are external to us. Those things are the things that happen to us. Even the adverse effects the adverse situations we find ourselves, the COVID-19, the sickness you might have, the disability you have, the whatever it is that you are experiencing at this moment, you might have little or no control over it. They are your objective world. This world, we also have we also have the subjective world. The subjective world is the world internal. Our mind, our thoughts, our reactions to the external world. That world is the world we have control over. But the objective world, we have little or no control over it. And this is the world that we are called to accept. This is the world we are called to acknowledge. We don't need to be in denial. You don't need to deny the fact that COVID-19 is here. You don't need to start asking, why is it here at this time of the year? You don't need to ask, why did it come now that you have lost your job? You don't need to ask, why is it coming now that you just rented a new apartment? You don't need to ask, why is it coming now that you just got married? You don't need to ask, why is it coming now that you just fixed your wedding and everything has just scattered? You don't need to ask, why did it come during Easter period or during Lenten period? The whys are not important. What is important is that it is here with us. You need to accept it. You don't need to deny it. Accept it. And when you accept it, it can give you that sense of calmness. It can give you an open mind to be able to react positively to it. But when you deny it, what you experience is you'll be irritable, you'll be angry, you'll be depressed. So reduce the why and ask how. Reduce asking whys. Why is it? Why is it happening? Why me? Why not another person? But ask how and what can I do differently. In our subsequent episodes, we are going to talk more about the subjective world which we can control. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.